So 2 weeks ago I found out that my 5-year-old isn't biologically mine. I felt so hurt and betrayed that my wife of 6 years relationship for 9 cheated on me and even got pregnant by another man. I took a paternity test without telling my wife. I immediately confronted my wife and called her a whore in my anger and many other names. She started crying and explained that she hid it because she didn't want to break our happy family of 3. I asked her why did she cheat on me. She explained we had a very nasty argument back in the day, so she hooked up with someone and it was just one-time fling and has been loyal to me. She said she had doubts that I wouldn't be the father, but she never took paternity. She said she was happy seeing me happy and didn't go with abortion for peace of our family and didn't tell me the truth. I told her I am divorcing and I don't want to be in our son's life. She started crying and begging me to not break the family, and I am still his father and I have been a wonderful father and a husband. I should forgive her and don't let DNA destroy our lives, and started begging me. I immediately left and she was blowing up my phone. I decided at first not to tell anyone else, but in the end I got very angry and decided to tell everyone. Everyone is pissed at my wife. Her parents said they want nothing to do with their daughter and cut contact. My sister furiously called my soon-to-be ex and cursed her out. Her brother and sister on the other hand said I have humiliated my soon-to-be ex and shouldn't have told everyone and should have kept in between us. Yesterday her sister called me and said I need to take her back and come back for my son. I said I don't have a son. She got angry and started cursing me and said I am a weak, pathetic man. No wonder my wife cheated on me, and I am so pathetic I had to go behind my wife's back to take paternity cause I am insecure and weak, that I am giving up on my son just because we don't share blood, and I am the reason my wife is alone and depressed. I cut her call instead. I called her husband and told him everything. I said that family is full of nut jobs, maybe it runs in their blood, you should take a paternity as well and don't trust those bitches. He said he's sorry on his wife's behalf and we ended the call. Now I am ignoring all my wife's and that bitch's calls. About 2 weeks ago, my 14-year-old daughter Bonnie was out shopping with her best friend Gigi and Gigi's mom Lauren. While they were out, Lauren bought them both dresses she thought were cute. Except she bought Bonnie a size 3. Bonnie said she picked out one that was her size, but Lauren put it back and said that the size 3 one would be her aspirational dress to work towards fitting into. When she came home, she gave it to me and was upset, but also didn't want to say anything bad about Gigi's mom, which I get. First off, Bonnie is a healthy girl. Gymnastics until she was about 11, and grew several inches, dance in the fall and track in the spring, all her choices. So she's got an athletic build. Gigi is a small girl, barely 5 feet, and so I thought at first she got them mixed up. She told me that Gigi's mom got it for her to aspire to try to get into by working hard. I said I'd take care of it and get her the right size. The next day, I called Gigi's mom Lauren and asked her why she would do that. She explained that she thought it would give Bonnie something to work towards, because she heard Bonnie saying she didn't get asked out last year, but Gigi had several boys after her and that it seemed like it upset her. I told her it was inappropriate and asked her why she would tell a kid she needed to lose weight in order to get attention from boys. She got defensive and said that it was obviously embarrassing for Bonnie to not have boys into her when all her friends do. She basically said I'm holding Bonnie back from growing up, like I won't help her with boys, won't drop hundreds at Sephora, still dress her like a kid, and buy B&BW sprays instead of fancy perfumes. She said it's messing with Bonnie socially and that she's the only one in her friend group who hasn't had a boyfriend. Then she got personal and said just because I've given up and stopped trying doesn't mean I have to turn Bonnie into a nun. For the record, this is partially true. But it's also because Bonnie doesn't want that stuff. I have offered to get her more than Cetaphil skincare and she doesn't want it. She got straight as last year and I took her to Ulta for a spree and all she wanted was some lip gloss and then asked for the body spray instead. I said that it's time for a break. The girls can still hang out, but I don't want Bonnie at Gigi's house. Bonnie got upset over it and I can deal with that. Gigi's mom however has gone nuclear over it, spreading poison everywhere she can about me being psycho and doubling down on how it's all because I don't want my daughter to be happy with a boyfriend when I'm single and no man would touch me. Which is just childish. And I've been shocked to see how other people have reacted to this, so now I'm questioning my own parenting, which I never do. AITA I, 45F, am the oldest of a blended family of 6. I have 2 full sisters, 43F and 40F, a stepbrother, 42M, a stepsister, 39F, and a half-brother, 35M. My dad died when I was 7 and my mom, now 70F, married a guy she met in her deceased spouse with kids therapy group about a year later. We all did family therapy for a few years before and after they married. We needed it because of grief and adjusting to a new situation, plus of course my mom and stepdad had my youngest brother together and we needed to adjust to that. IMO the therapy definitely helped us become a family unit and we all have been getting along well until now. My stepdad passed away from a massive heart attack about 2 years ago, and my mom had a stroke about 3 months after the funeral. She initially recovered very well, but now we can tell she has rapidly progressing dementia and is starting to fall often. We had a family meeting and decided to start exploring continuing care communities, because we don't think we can persuade her to move more than once. Then we discovered that it was way more expensive than we thought. As in, over $100,000 per year once she starts using the memory care full time. This put the cat among the pigeons. The issue isn't the initial costs, because my mom's house would be sold for about what the buy-in would be, and she has long-term care insurance that would pay about $70,000 per year for 3 years. Retirement savings and Social Security would cover the rest. The issue is if she lives longer than 3 years after moving in, which she could probably do. Most of my siblings could not afford to kick in $10,000 per month for potentially years if we divide the balance evenly. One of my sisters married very well, her husband has a trust fund plus he's a partner at a large law firm, and my husband and I were very fortunate that his family's plumbing business is doing very well, as is my small crafting business. I don't happen to think that we should do equal shares when the time comes, but rather evaluate annually how much each of us can afford. My stepsister thinks we should open a savings account that we all start kicking into so it won't be such a financial shock in 3 years, and I like this idea, too. However, everyone else seems to think that because my husband and I own our own businesses, not true for him, he is partners with his brother and uncle, we should take out a loan with our businesses as collateral to pay for mom's care. I am absolutely disgusted with them and told them flat out that we wouldn't do that. I know that my mom has been helping my stepbrother and my half-brother financially, and that will stop once she moves into the facility, so I get why they are resisting any financial commitment. But any need to kick in money is probably 3 years away. They should be able to do something by then if they know now that it's coming. For added info, we are all married with children, but mine will have finished college by the time my mom needs financial help. AITA?